Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I am back with another plan with me, a day late, apologies. I didn't get this one filmed and edited in time to go up on Sunday, so I put up a different vlog, a different video instead, which was a Disney reading vlog, a video I was really excited for, so thankfully that one was ready and something could go up at my normal time on a Sunday. So a little bit of a late one, but we have our plan with me for today. This is for the week of the 24th to the 30th of April. So next week we're going into May. How exciting. It's like 4 months behind still, but you know, we're making progress. And this is using the Unwind kit from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code CAT to save 10% on your orders. And there are some things have changed with the Plannerface PR term. So I appreciate it's only changed recently, so I'll speak about it again here because I talk about it in another video, but I think this one will go up first. So Anna has recently changed up the PR team, so as well as having a couple of different team members, we also no longer have PR freebies. There are seasonal freebies instead. There are 6 to collect. They are all in a coordinating set and they look so good. They're autumnal for the next couple of months. And I think they're a really good option, particularly if you use a journal or a smaller planner. They are really, really good for that. And so you can either pick to put a certain one in the notes to seller, or Anna will just send you one at random. And there is a bit of a difference with our code. So we are basically getting rewarded for the number of people that use our codes. So it goes a really extra long way. Obviously, I've always appreciated anyone using my code with Anna, but we do get some extra points on the Plannerface website for people using our code. So if you do like Anna's stuff and you shop because of me, I would massively appreciate if you could use my code, and thank you in advance. The other thing is this is my Tilly Journals Functional Flexi Planner 7x9. As usual, there's noise outside while I do a voiceover standard. And I decided to use this kit for this week because there just kind of wasn't much that happened in this week. It was relatively chill. I was off work sick for part of it, but other than that, it was quite busy. But I think I just felt I needed something calm and neutral in my life. And this kit came out earlier this year, I think, and I just absolutely loved it. This is art by Lavi, and I adore Lavi's art, but I just particularly love this one. I feel like I could fall into this spread and just, it's so neutral and calm, which was just really needed at this time. And I love particularly the box that's on Friday. I have those exact pajamas just in purple. So I was like, I have to use this box. It's so fun. So yeah, there's not really a sort of particular requirement for using this other than I just liked it. And the box in the top left is a previous PR freebie that I have from Anna. It doesn't really go with this spread, the lightest shade of green does match, but I didn't have any blues or pinks that I felt went, so I think it kind of works overall. And I was a little bit indecisive about the foil for this spread, but I decided to go with hollow because hollow in a certain light is quite green or blue, and because this kit has greens and blues, I felt it worked well. I just didn't have anything else. I could have used silver, but I felt like silver was just the wrong shade. Does silver even have a shade? But I felt it was the wrong shade for this spread. And do you know what? I was a little bit on the fence about using the hollow, but I really like it. I didn't use sparkly hollow, it's just normal hollow, and so actually it doesn't really pop too much, which is a good thing. It's kind of just there in the background, just doing its thing. I used minimal foil, so I used the bougie boxes that I have. I think these are rose coloured day ones, but they could be ones from Harriet. Actually, these ones are probably from Harriet Wright Designs. I was going to use the bougie boxes that I had from Squirrel Prince Co. in the foil bundle that I had, but I really didn't like how it looked and ripped it up, and that bougie box is now destroyed, so that's a real shame. But I just didn't like it. It wasn't a dot pattern, it was like the sort of little sparkly pattern, and it was too much. I really wanted a foil for this spread. To be honest, I didn't need foil at all, but I decided to use foil because I've used foil every other week in this planner, so for consistency reasons I used it, but I didn't feel that this spread needed foil, and therefore it's actually very limited the amount of foil that I did use. So I'm now getting into the day by day. It is painful watching me deal with these boxes. I cut out some of the content, but this plan with me is weirdly short at only 15 minutes because when I'm in the zone, I can do a plan with me quite quickly. But still, watching me rip up those boxes on Monday is so painful, right? But anyway, thankfully, Anna has removable sticker paper. So especially when you're using on a bougie box, it's on most bougie boxes anyway, it's really easy to pull up. So I'm not going to say where each of the stickers are from. Most of my functional stickers are from Papershire, Stick with a Plan Co, Joy with Planning, Scribble Prints Co, Plannerface, Months More with Love, Coffee Monsters Co. But if you want to know where a particular sticker is from, then please do ask down below, and if I know, I will let you know. So on Monday the 24th, the first thing I marked was that I was off sick. I don't remember what with, but the last few plan with me were me saying I was sick a lot, right? So I expect it was probably just hanging on. But I did manage to get some editing done, and then I had Wenzel's for lunch, so I would have ordered that because we only have a Wenzel's in town, and there's no way I walked like an hour into town when I was feeling unwell. But then I marked stressful walk. Did I go to the shops? I don't remember, because before that I marked feeling off, so the stressful walk was probably because I was, you know, kind of feeling in my feelings, but I do not remember why this particular walk was stressful. There's like something in the back of my mind that is reminding me about voice noting Anna about it, but I don't really remember. Then I marked that I had a bath, and while I was in the bath, I was reading Count Your Lucky Stars, which I've spoken about a few times, but it's the third in the Written in the Stars series by Alexandria Bellfleur. It is about Margot and I can't remember, Olivia, I think, the name of the other character, and they had feelings for each other when they were younger, and then kind of didn't communicate about it, and Olivia ends up getting married to somebody else. That marriage is now broken down, and she's back in Margot's life, and so it is a second chance romance. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't my favourite, but it was okay, and I think I finished it on this day, if I remember rightly. Then I marked that I called Stuart because he was away for work, and so he was away all of this week, so I was speaking to him on the phone most of the days that he was away. And then I marked that I was watching YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube this week. I marked it every single day, so clearly I was on a real YouTube binge. Then on Tuesday, I marked that I had meetings all day, my favourite. And I've said a couple of times before, but meetings at work for me, I would say Tuesdays and Thursdays are probably my busiest meeting days. And I do often try and schedule my meetings back to back. I really would prefer to batch task. And if I have like admin work to do, I'd rather have the whole day free to do it. The issue with this is that nobody else respects that. So they will just stick in meetings wherever. And so it means that, to be honest, I just spend the majority of my working time in meetings rather than actually getting any work done. I then marked that I walked, but I don't really remember where I walked. Like, the order of this is so bizarre. Maybe I walked home, I guess. And then I marked that I was looking up driving lessons. So I mentioned this in my goals video, but I have started driving lessons. But I won't really be talking about it on the channel because I have complex feelings about learning to drive and the way that people treat me over learning to drive. And it's yeah, this week in particular I found it a little bit difficult, so it's not really something that you'll see me talk about on this channel. Then I marked that I made a Gusto meal, and those Gusto meal stickers scripts are custom from Anna, so unfortunately you won't be able to get those. Then I marked that I called Stuart, and then watched my YouTube. Pretty standard. Then on Wednesday I marked that I walked to town, so this would have been before work, so go me. I was in a really good phase of like getting up and walking to work, like, you know, particularly when it was nice weather, and I would like make a smoothie before I left and drink my smoothie while walking, listen to my audiobook. I've fallen out of the habit of that. I'm in a bit of a depression hole at the moment, so unfortunately I haven't been able to do that so much, but it would be really good if I could get back to that, especially because I can feel the weather is going to turn. It's so funny because well, it's not funny, but me and my mum both suffer from SAD, and so like as soon as we pass the longest day of the year, my mum will be like, winter's coming, and I think like that rubs off on me, you know. When I kind of, like yesterday it was dark at 9 and I was like, oh my gosh, it's dark at 9, this is so rude. Or it was like 8 or something, so yes. So I should try and walk while it's like actually light enough to do so, given that normally I'd have to leave at about 7, so once we hit the autumn it's going to be too dark to be walking them. While I was walking I was listening to European Travels of the Monstrous Gentlewoman, and I believe I finished it on this day, which is why I marked it, because I was listening to this audiobook book for several months. It is the second in the Athena Club series by Theodora Goss, and it's basically a retelling about the daughters of like Jekyll and Hyde and I can't think of any of the other names. But it also has like Sherlock and Dr. Watson and stuff. And I love the idea of it. The concept of it is so fun, but the writing just doesn't work for me because the characters all interject constantly. It's kind of one of the characters is writing the book of their life. And so because the characters interject, you know that everybody makes it. You know there's no stakes, you like nobody's going to die. And this book was over 700 pages and it was very slow. There is absolutely no way it needed to be that long. So unfortunately, yeah, I just really did not have a good time with it. It just felt so unnecessary. Then I marked a work thing, so it would have been an event or something for me to have not marked it in here. And then I marked that I got the train late. I think that event we had was an evening event, being a Wednesday, it probably was. Then I marked that I called Stuart. I ordered a burrito. I think this was when the burrito place near us sometimes does buy one get one free burritos, and they are not the best quality burritos, but they are very good quality burritos for buy one get one free in my opinion. And you get the same burrito twice, so I'll just like buy two and then eat one the following day. They are not worth it when the buy one get one free is not on. But otherwise well worth it. Then I marked that I watched more YouTube. Then on Thursday, again, walk to town. I think it was probably partly going well this week because Stuart was not here and I don't drive, so I had to walk or get an Uber, and getting an Uber to town is quite expensive from mine, so I was clearly like thinking of my bank account here because this would have been just before I got paid. Then I marked that on the train I was reading Jade Legacy, which is the third in the Greenbone saga, which is an amazing fantasy series. It's really embarrassing that I still haven't finished Jade Legacy. I've developed like big book fear over it. I'm been stuck on 30% in for a while, but Stuart is finally reading it because I knew he would love it, and he is loving it, but he is reading it so fast because he is much better at dedicating himself to one book, whereas I always have like 4 on the go, and I just like let other things take priority. But also because I make book content, and now that I get approved for ARCs, I'm very lucky to be approved for ARCs without too much issue, so I always have ARCs that need to be read. So yeah, unfortunately I'm having to prioritise my time in reading those rather than reading anything that's actually on my TBR. So it's a little bit of a problem. I should probably stop trying to get so many. Then I marked that again, I have meetings all day. As I say, Tuesday, Thursday tend to be my busy meeting days. Then I marked that I worked a bit late, which is, the sticker feels really dramatic for that. But it is dramatic because I shouldn't really be working over my hours at all. I'm not paid for that time. So, you know, I need to try not to do it. Then, as I said, I had the burrito leftovers, and then I was watching more YouTube. Then on Friday, I marked that I watched Company, so I'm going to be performing the musical Company by Stephen Sondheim later this year, and so I was watching a production of it to basically sort of start to finalise which character I wanted to audition for, and I will have the auditions in a couple of weeks in the Plan With Me hours, so we'll talk about that more when we get there. Then I marked that I had pizza, and then it was a long walk. Where I go for rehearsals is geographically to drive quite near me. But obviously, as I've said, I don't drive. So Stuart drives me to rehearsal more often than not, to be honest. But I do sometimes try and get there on my own, which means I have to get a train and then walk. And the walk is quite far. It's like a fine walk, but the roads, like, they don't have pavement for a lot of it, which is just kind of annoying. So yeah, the long walk is the nature of that because it was just a lot of walking. Then we had the first meeting for Company. Then I marked that I was reunited with Stuart because I obviously hadn't seen him all week. Then on Saturday, I marked that me and Stuart went for breakfast just to catch up on stuff on Saturday morning, but I didn't mark where for security reasons. Then we went to the works because if I'm in town, I want to be buying books. Then I marked that I didn't feel great. Then I had a little bit of a breakdown, I don't know why, hormones. Then I had a nap. Then we got another burrito. I don't know why there were so many burritos. And then I marked that I was watching Taskmaster, which is one of my favourite shows. Then on Sunday I marked that I got up early and I filmed my reading journal because I was up so early. Then I was editing and probably posting that, then filming some Plan With Me, so a very productive filming day. Then we made a gusto meal and then we were watching cruise videos because in a couple couple of weeks from when this plan with me is, we went on our cruise around Iona, and there is a video up on my channel where I give a very in-depth review of our time on Iona if you want to check it out. But otherwise, that is it for today's plan with me. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you'd subscribe. In the description, I'll have a link to my Instagram and my Goodreads if you want to check out any more content from me. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!